yeah, I'm getting views, but it's not necessarily the best views.
You're basically a really good accountability coach too. It's like, hey, we're gonna do this. So yeah, it's totally a good service to pay for. So, $1,000 a month, totally. Yeah, absolutely pay for this.
So now it's essentially extracting those out to long form. And then in terms of the short form, we can break this into five each for each one of these topics. So I mean, realistically, should get somewhere close to about 60 pieces of content, just based off these 12 topics, which that's two a day if you posted every single day in a month. And now you're looking at realistically minimum 6,000 people that should be viewing these. These are pretty specialized. These are pretty honed in because then for each one of these videos, of these 60, we really should be able to turn into 180 because each one of these videos should be done with three different hooks. So now we're looking at this is actually 3 months of content, and it's just based off of these generalized 12 topics. After these 3 months, you'll have the best 10 of the 3 months worth. So out of 180 videos, you'll actually get your best 10. And then after that 10, you run through the same system of, okay, break these 10 out. What are the topics? What are the three generalized topics for these 10? What are the five generalized topics? Or maybe it's just 10 right off the bat. What are the best hooks? Repeat those hooks, and then just kind of rinse and repeat from there as you kind of structure it over the next month, and then the next month, and next month. Because once you extract the best 10 from that long of data, essentially you're going to get to the point where that's now your floor every time you go to do it. So it just kind of scales and stacks on top of itself. But again, if the first month you do 100 views a video, it's 6,000 views in the first month. And based off of the content and what you're actually seeing, you'll probably have, I mean, if you get, I mean, 10% to go to your profile, that's 600. And then again, if you get 10% to click on a link, that's 60 people. Of those 60, how many do you actually need to work with you? Two. So, I mean, now we're at a point where, okay, like, is social media and are these topics like what we broke down these last couple of days? Like, is this something going forward where you're going to be able to use social media as a weapon, like aside from paid ads, like all of this stuff and all the structures that you have built? This is all the back end stuff. So now having stuff on the front end, like, what does this look like for you and you going forward? Like, how do you feel about all this?
Feels great. Yeah. I'm excited to see. I want to see if the numbers shake out like that because it's doctors, right? In different areas, dentists, chiropractors, medical spa owners. So, you know, I'm curious to see how many are actually on there and will watch it. But yeah, it's gonna work. I'm not sure if it's gonna be as 180,000 views or whatever as I'm okay with it being super super small, like 1,000 high quality views, because that's 1,000 doctors, right? Not I'm not looking for patients. I'm not looking for every single person in the world. I'm looking for a very specific person. So, I mean, yeah, if we can make it work, if it's 1,000 doctors, that's great. That's still amazing, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna work.
I think that's I think that's the kind of the main piece I think maybe through these last couple of days that we were able to extract and get down to today with all these different mini topics. And it's just like when you look at all of the problems inside of all of these little subtopics, the people that are going to be watching the videos, like you said, are the people that actually matter. They're the doctors, they're the office staff that are working inside of these places, and they're the ones that you actually need versus just, hey, you're making some crazy entertainment video and then, yeah, I'm getting views, but it's not necessarily the best views, which is why, targeting just, hey, let's get, somewhere close to anywhere from 50 to 100 views on every single video. We should
Yeah,
know that that's probably about the category that we should be looking at. But again, when you scale it out to 60 videos each month, that's 6,000 views of doctors and office staff that you actually need and actually are targeting. And then again, it comes down to like, you don't need that many people to work with where it's, hey, if you get three new clients into your business next month, like what does that look like? How different does that shape your business? And we've had those conversations these last couple of days, and I think that's the fun part. That's why social's so fun, because that's how paid ads are so great for people. It's like, yeah, like, realistically, as long as you get a couple more than what you budgeted for, it ends up working out. You're really really happy, and a lot of times it 5 to maybe even 10x's. Um,
Yeah.
so realistically, let's um, let's kind of touch base um, again here in a couple days after kind of some of this time kind of sits, and then what I'll do for you as well is I'll take each one of these mini topics and I'll basically blow them up for you into YouTube ideas and social media ideas. So I'll take each of them and I'll give you like three YouTube ideas for each kind of mini topic. The same for like 3 to 5 social media ideas for each, and then I'll give you the list. So it'll be all the YouTube video ideas and then all the social media content ideas. And I'll get that sent over to you probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. Um, but I'll kind of go for it on that. That's really kind of about it when it comes to that side. Does that work for you?
Great. Great.
Based
Yeah.
off these last couple days and the areas and things of where you've been at, is this something that you would say is valuable and to other entrepreneurs or other people like yourself is something that, hey, getting your organic social set up, like what we've spent over the last handful of days, is that something that is valuable? And hey, if I were to say, hey, I'm going to charge you for something that based off the last couple of days of us doing something together, what would you have paid for the last handful of days that we spent together?
Yeah, it's totally worth it because this is an absolute pain setup. Like I didn't have it set up, right? I'm doing everything else for everybody else. It's like the whole what's the whole saying? The shoemaker that has no shoes, right? And so this is great having and you're basically a really good accountability coach too. It's like, hey, we're gonna do this. So yeah, it's totally a good service to pay for. So what, $500 a month? I would totally do that. Where you're coaching me and writing these and telling me what to do, and we check in. If we check in once a week, I would totally pay $500 a month, or even more than that, right? If we do more coaching and you're like physically here helping me do it, $1,000 a month, totally. Yeah, absolutely pay for this.